GoThunderRolls.com here with head coach Bobby Applegate. Coach, you're coming off of a 2-2 week. You split with both teams, Colorado Christian and MSU Denver. You got a complete game out of Tim McIntyre. You saw some good things on defense, saw some rough things on defense. Break down the weekend for us.
This is a challenging weekend for us, but it was still a successful weekend. We ended up taking 2 out of the 4 games, and Metro is a great club. We've got a lot of history with them here already. We've played them 6 times. We went 4-2 against them, and I thought that was a good series start. Tim McIntyre really set the tone for the weekend off really well. We played a tough Christian team on Saturday, and we fell short on that. We just got behind, and we just got to a number we couldn't catch. And we wanted to come back and bounce back, and we ended up taking care of Christian on Sunday. And we had a good battle going in with Mesa until about the 6th inning, and it just got away from us late. But that's a good club. It's a veteran club. They're well skilled, and I suspect we'll see them again, hopefully, in the tournament.
You also had some highlights at the bat. You had Reggie Williams batted over 680 on the weekend, batted 11 for 18, or 11 for 16, sorry. And then you also had Brady Pruett extend his hit streak to 16 that ultimately fell yesterday. But what can you say about these bats and where they're kind of progressing?
Well, you want to get production from all over the lineup, and Brady Pruett has been a constant in our lineup the whole year. We've moved Reggie around early in the season. He was up near the top, and then we moved him back down and got his rhythm back. And as his rhythm started to continue to grow, and so did his position in the lineup, and he did a really great job handling the 2-hole for us this weekend. And so, he's a veteran in this conference, and he's a really good hitter, and it's just his patience is really a big factor, and it's really starting to come around right when we need him.
Well, let's talk about pitching for a second. We already talked about Tim McIntyre's great performance. He also is 7-0 on the season. But you've also gone through some tough rotational challenges. Zach Pratt's been out. Cole Martin is out. You've had some people struggle out of the bullpen, and then they've excelled out of the bullpen. Talk a little bit about the pitching and where we're at so far.
We're going to go as far as the pitching allows us to go, and unfortunately, we've been shorthanded. But at the same time, we've had some guys step up, and every week we're getting we get different guys that are stepping up and doing a great job. This week it was Tim McIntyre who really saved us, because playing 4 9-inning games for him going to CG really shortened the rest of the weekend for us. And I thought Owen Rodolfi has had 2 quality starts for us in the last 2 outings as a freshman pitching on Sundays, and he's done a great job. We got to continue to keep working out of the bullpen, and if we can continue to solidify some of those things, I think it's great. Johnny Ramirez has done a good job for us, really logging in some innings. Typically, he's a 1-inning guy. That's been his role in the history of the program, but he's really expanded his role, has done a great job in shortening the game for us.
This was a non-conference weekend with conference teams. But now you're going back into conference play next week against New Mexico Highlands, a team that you saw in a different non-conference weekend.
Yeah.
What are the thoughts kind of going into this week, coming out of this last?
Yeah, it's baseball's a funny thing. You're only as good as you were yesterday, and we got to continue for the next challenge. And New Mexico Highlands, we played them early. I'm sure they were trying to figure out their lineup. We're trying to figure out our lineup, and it's going to be a different result. They had a good weekend in their pod, and they beat Regis, and they had Mines, and they did a really good job in that situation. So, we're going to have our hands full. Those guys have played tough. Traditionally, they've been a tough team, very offensive. And if we struggle on the mound, they're going to make it a tough series for us. If we execute pitches, I think we got a chance to match up really well.
Like I said, this last weekend has no effect on the conference standings. So you're still sitting second right behind Colorado Mesa, who's ranked top 10 in the nation. What's the focus, and what's kind of that mentality knowing that you're right there?
Obviously we're excited about it, but it's not anything that we're really talking about. We're just trying to focus on the next game, and what we're trying to do is put ourselves in a good position to get to the conference tournament and see how we go from there. But are we excited? Absolutely. I think we've done quite a few things from where we were just a year ago. We haven't had any goals as to how many games we wanted to win. We just know we want to get our program back to national prominence. And though we have exceeded some of the expectations, I think, to this point, we still have a long way to go. So I'm excited about that.
Final thoughts on this upcoming weekend and the past weekend?
Just we're going to have a break in Easter weekend, so we got to have one more week of a push. And guys are banged up, and but we're going to keep fighting hard, and we're going to keep competing as hard as we can. I also just wanted to thank our coaching staff. Those guys have done a great job. For Mike Mastraro, Mike Sanchez, Ryan Potts, Steve Saratori. Those guys have just done a wonderful job of just developing our players and coaching them up. And I'm excited to see what we can do in this final push of the season.
Hey, Coach Bobby Applegate, great job this weekend. Best of luck next.
Thank you. Go Pack.